Hello guys, today we will discuss the prime and the non-prime attribute. It is basically a simple terminology which comes under the functional dependencies and the normalization. So all over the whole concept we will discuss what is prime and the non-prime attributes. So let's see what is exactly they are. The prime attribute or a key attribute, both are same, is for a given relation. Like for a given relation R, there is a table that is a relation R, which includes that or which concludes that these sets A1, A2, A3, these are basically the attributes name. Okay, then an attribute A, that is A belongs to this set, then if an attribute A is prime attribute or key attribute if A is part of any candidate key of R. That means from this, if we have some candidate keys and we say that A is a prime attribute, that means it should belong to that candidate key or part of that candidate key. Okay, then we will say that it is a prime attribute or a key attribute. Because why we are saying that it's a key attribute? Because it's a part of key attribute, that is a candidate attribute. Okay guys, so clear out. So let's see the another definition. Some book says that if an attribute is a part of a key, there is an example that key, it says that key if it is a part of any key, any key does not include that it is a superkey, or if A is a part of that superkey, it will be the candidate key. No, this in a super key we take the combinations of the attributes to find out can it be uniquely identified or not. But no, we not include that here super key, we only include that the candidate key here. Okay, let's see another example definition. Non-prime or the non-key attribute, that is the reverse of the prime attribute or key attribute. That is, if an attribute is not a part of any key, then it is non-prime attribute. The remaining all the remaining columns or the attributes which is not the prime attribute is known as or considered as a non-prime attribute. Okay guys, so this is all about the prime and the non-prime. Let's take an example. It will make you clear out each and everything. There is a relational scheme or relational design, that's it, of a student. There is a table student or relation student which includes all the attributes: roll number, student name, student address, student date of birth, student fees and a student course. Okay guys, so from this we have to find out which attribute can be considered as a candidate key. Candidate key or any attribute or key attribute is that which uniquely identify the rows or tuple. Okay, let's see, take an example. There is a roll number. Okay guys, let's see think from this roll number can I uniquely identify a student name? Yes, if I say roll number 6, that means I am talking about a particular student. Okay, only one roll number can be allotted to a one student, so that means yes, I can identify student name. Okay, can identify student address? Yes, from roll number I can identify student address, student date of birth also, student fees also, and the student course also, because this roll number will be allotted to only one student. So that means from roll number I can identify all the attributes and their values. So that means yes, student number is a candidate key, that is C appointed key. Okay guys, so yes, roll number is a candidate key. After that we find out some other combination. Let's see, can student name helps in finding the all attributes unique value? If I say student name like Deepak, okay, yeah, Sean, so from Sean can I identify its roll number? Maybe or may not be not, because maybe there are 2 or 3 students which has the same name Sean, so it will not be easy for finding the roll number, because we don't know for whom we are talking about. No, so from address no, date of birth no, because it may be possibility that two students having the same name and having the same date of birth. So from student fees no, and the student course no. But there is a one possibility that if I use student name with student address, if I say ki Paula ya Sean from this address, so yes, from at this address from this address, yes, there is only one girl, because at address there will be a less possibility that the two name with the same address. No, so from this combination I can identify, yes, I am talking about this roll number from these values combination. Shona from England or this address belongs to this roll number. Yes, I uniquely identify. I uniquely identify that date of birth. I uniquely identify the fees and the course as well. So both the combination of these attributes helps in uniquely identify the values of roll numbers, date of birth, fees and the course. So I can say both combination are the candidate key. And from that I can say if these are the candidate keys, other possibilities are not there, so I will consider all these as a prime attribute. Okay guys, and the remaining are, which are remaining, one is student date of birth, okay, student fees and the student course, which are not a part of the candidate key. So that means it is a, or if they are the non-prime attribute. Okay guys, so this is all about the prime and the non-prime attribute. Prime attribute are those attributes which are the part of the candidate keys, and non-prime attributes are the remaining one. So okay guys, this is all about the prime and non-prime. In the next video we will discuss the what is fully functional dependency and the partial functional dependency. After that we will start with the some other concept as well. And guys, if my videos are helping you, so please guys like and share these videos and follow the channel and subscribe or you can subscribe the channel. And other thing is that please follow the playlist of these videos and its link is under the description. Okay guys, thank you and take care.